So I'll be teaching us my own simple way on how to do what? Gather a fabric. What do I mean by gathering? Like, let's say you sew a cloth to the what? Half length. You want to put gather. You understand? Or you want to also put it at your what? Sleeve half length. Wherever you want to put it, you always need to do what? Gather your fabrics. What I mean by gathering is like this. Are you seeing? Some persons use their hand and to do what? Manual gathering. Do you understand? But I'm going to show you how I do my own, the simplest method. So in order to gather, I'm going to be using my machine. I'm going to be stitching it. You understand? So, but the secret there is what? Using what? Loose stitch. Do you understand? That's just the secret. We all know where our loose stitch is on our machines. Some persons will say they don't know where their own is. Okay, based on this particular tutorial, this is where mine is. As you can see, looking at this, you see it's counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the maximum number here is my what? Loose stitch. Are you saying it? So you now place it at the what? Loose stitch. Okay. So now, but if you are making use of manual machine, I think it's still the same thing, Shay. The maximum number is the what? Loose stitch. Okay. Next thing we are going to do is to do what? As you can see, I've already set my own to what? 5. Are you seeing? This is my what? Maximum stitch length. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew. Okay. Some persons sew it like 2 times. Now, but let me first of all start my first stitch. Now look at it. Okay, so now I'm done with the stitching. All I'm trying to say is that the proper way of doing this thing is what? After you are done with the first stitching, also do the second line. You understand? That is the proper way in order to get your what? Gathers balanced. Do you understand? But for the sake of this particular tutorial, like I said, I'll be using the simplest method, which actually also do what? Works for us. So I'll be stitching only what? Once. So immediately you finish stitching, how I really do my own, I don't really start gathering from both sides. I start gathering from what? One side. So what do? In order for you not to make mistake, I do what? Tie this side out. The reason why I am tying it out is to make sure that as I am gathering it, it doesn't skip from this side. Do you understand? It doesn't start losing from this side. So now I'm not going to start from this side to do what? Gather. So if you want to gather, all you need to do, as you can see, there are 2 threads here. All you need to do is to what? Take one and do what? Start gathering. Are you seeing it? The moment you use a loose stitch, it will start doing what? Gathering. Okay. So now, another strategy here. Now look at it very well. Let's say the circumference of the place you are gathering for is 20 inches, or is 5 inches, or is 10 inches, whatever it is. As you are gathering, all you have to do is what? Take your measurement tape, check what you've gathered, whether it's up to what? 10. Let's say that it is 10 inches. Do you understand? The circumference of that particular point with the allowance and everything. So all you need to do is what? As you are gathering, as you can see, the gathering is not in order. Are you seeing it? It's not like I did not gather it very well. Some parts are gathered, some parts are not gathered. But not minding, so far as the circumference of the place you are gathering for is what? 10. Now measure out. If it is 10, that means it is okay. If it is not 10, you have to also do what? Expand it. If it is 8, you have to do what? Reduce it. So immediately you've gotten what you want as your circumference, please make sure you do what? Lock this very side. Also, lock it out. Okay, are you seeing it? So after you finish locking it, that means you are now safe both at the left and at the right side. So that is when you will now have to do what? Calm down and do what? Arrange your what? Gathers. Making sure that they are equal at every side. Do you understand? So after you are done now arranging it, you now have to use it and do what? Fix on your sleeve or on your half length or anywhere. But if you are such a person that you are not that always too careful while fixing your what? Gathers, I advise you to do what? Reduce your what? Stitch length also. Reduce your what? Stitch length to your what? Almost to the lowest or to your normal stitch length. Then what do you do is what? After you finish arranging this side, now still take the same machine and do what? Match on top of this one. The essence of you matching on top of it is to make sure that what? You hold it firm. So as for when you are fixing, it will not do what? Scatter. So that is how to do what? Make your gathers. Simplest method. So thank you very much.